No. And then I hear some positive stories. It's so exciting that because of us, some of the people have taken on their own libraries. They've gone, they've looked at the books, they've checked them out. You think Mass Resistance is an evil organization. We don't even follow a lot of what the leader tells us because we say Wyoming is not like these other states you're talking to. We take a higher line. And these other people are going to their libraries, looking at the books, and talking to the directors. And they're getting things done. Books are being moved. Books are being removed. And we haven't even, for the most part, asked for that. But that is what you, every single one of you up there, you are the representative of Gillette, of Campbell County, and sadly, Wyoming as a whole, because nobody expects this in Wyoming. Nobody. Thank you.
Lynn Carlson.
I will need to know how this works because many people have not been able to be heard back there. Miranda's been almost impossible to hear anything you said with your headset.
2 inches away.
Can you hear me now? So this is my first library meeting, but I have seen a couple online. And I've looked in some of the books that have already been discussed here. What I'm going to say is I agree with Susan, and many of you, well, a couple of you may or may not be near my age. So not so long ago, this type of material was considered pornographic. And any type of this kind of reading would be found in an adult bookstore. Now, if an adult chose to go to that store and bring this home to their children, then that would be the adult's choice. But I believe this is a public library. It is not an adult's living room. And if a child can come here at 13 and less just because their parents signed a library card, it doesn't mean they can't read the book, doesn't mean they can't check it out, but you're putting all the responsibility on the parent who signed that library card, which makes me really question what kind of books are in the school. They're using a library card, and books are at the school from the county library, from including elementary age. I have 3 grandchildren here, 6, 8, and 1 that just turned 13. I am absolutely repulsed about some of these books, and I have seen some of them. I don't need to re-mention them, but for you guys to take a vote is so representative right now of the government in the White House. It's led by a group, and there's minority, and then there's the majority. And that's what's happening to our world today, is what people are allowing and tolerating. I'm old enough to have been raised old school. My father was born in 1908. And I know things have changed a lot since then. And I was finally allowed to ride a bicycle with a leg on each pedal instead of side saddle. But this is absurd and disgusting. And there was mention by Terry about the policy. It's been the policy since it was written. So how long has it been this policy? How do we change a policy? How do we get new people on the committee? How does that happen? Who wrote the policy about the books, about the community collection policy? There's nothing about age appropriateness. This is not an issue. And it's been the policy since the policy was written. When was the policy written? I ask a question.
Well, I think that's on the website, isn't it? With the
Well, it was mentioned tonight, so it became a question in my notes. So when was it written? Of course.
Sue Nessel.
Well, thank you. I'm Sue Niesel, retired Campbell County Public Library youth librarian, and I appreciate that the work that the board has done. And understanding that public library is for everyone and represents everyone in the community. And that understanding the difference between pornography and information is important for you guys. And I appreciate that you have done the hard work to do that. As I have attended the commissioners and the library board meetings, I have heard the assumption that if you read something, that you're going to do it. And if we all read murder mysteries, but none of us have become detectives or murderers that I know of. And children seeking information need information, and it should be non-biased, and they should have a safe place to find it. And that's the role of the public library in any community, no matter where it is, and has always been. And I want to say, please continue the good work. There's great support in the community for the library staff and you as a board. And I pay taxes too, and I appreciate the job that you're doing. The world is changing fast, and it really is hard to keep up. And information changes daily, and science is teaching us a whole lot that we didn't know when I was growing up even. And the public library is the place that needs to provide it in our community. Please continue your good work. And I do want to take the opportunity to say congratulations to Terry for being awarded the 10 Who Makes a Difference in our community, because that will show you your community support for your library. And thank you so much for this opportunity again.
Deb Proctor.
Thank you. I'm here to very strongly tell you how much I appreciate the work, the time that is taken for you to read all this material, research it, and make decisions. You're following the missions and value statements, which I think are so important to our community, to provide diverse cultural opportunities for reading, learning, and entertainment to all citizens in our community. You're doing a good job with that, and I certainly appreciate that. Please continue. I do want to address the thing about the tax dollars, because I looked up what some of the people who are asking for materials to be moved or reconsidered, taken out of the library. If the library's budget gets about 3% of the tax dollars for the county under the mill levy, then those people, if I look at it right and look at their tax values, property values, the amount of tax dollars they're putting into it range from $4 for one of the couples here to maybe $17 or $18. I think that money is probably well spent for their beliefs, because I know the library buys many Christian books, Christian fiction books. They're good reads. I know that the library responds very well to suggestions for purchase of materials. And so I think the idea of the tax issue is should be non-existent, because we all in the county pay taxes. There are people of different sexuality who deserve to have materials in the library that they can find too. I personally believe that some of those materials that are being asked for reconsideration are biological things, psychological things, and I believe teenagers have a right to read and find that information. So thank you for your service. Thank you for the time you've given to this. And nobody's mentioned this today. I wish we were celebrating this instead of what we're doing. Today, Jane Burbank emailed me that one of our own Campbell County people, he grew up here, he's awesome. He's an author and an illustrator and very successful at it. Corey Tabor this morning was named the award winner of the Theodore Giesel book for children's illustrated materials, and he also was awarded a Caldecott Honor Book for his picture book. That's awesome. He grew up in July, Wyoming. I'm sure he used these libraries and he attended schools here. We need to celebrate. Thanks.
I don't know. And that ends public comment. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Motion and a second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. We're adjourned. There were no.